They noticed your legs, and what they said after that will shock you. My child, come close to me for a moment. Do not rush, do not fear, just listen. Because what I am about to reveal to you must be spoken slowly, gently, as if the wind itself is carrying every syllable straight into your heart. Something happened recently. Something you did not see. Something that involved you, your presence, and yes, even your legs. But before you assume anything, before your mind tries to jump ahead, stay with me. There is a truth hidden beneath this moment, and it is far deeper, far more spiritual, far more revealing than you expect. It didn't start with them looking at you. It started with the light around you. You walked into a place, and you did not know that the entire atmosphere shifted. You thought you were simply moving, simply existing, simply passing through your normal day, but heaven saw more. Heaven saw how the energy changed when you took those steps, the way the ground responded, the way people turned without even realizing why. People did not notice your legs first. They noticed your presence. But they did not know how to describe it. They did not know how to understand it. So they focused on the first thing their human eyes could hold on to. And this is where it began. My child, they noticed your legs. But what they said afterward, this is the part you never expected. I will tell you everything, but slowly, because this truth carries weight. And heavenly truths must be carried gently. You walked past them with no intention to impress anyone. You were simply being yourself. But the purity inside you, the quiet confidence you're not even aware you possess, the strength that heaven has been building inside you for years, it all walked with you. Every step you take carries history, pain, healing, divine transformation. And silent victories that no one knows except God. People don't just look at your legs, my child. They sense the story behind them. But as you passed them, there was a silence first, a strange moment when everyone seemed to pause. Not because of attraction. Not because of appearance. But because of something they couldn't understand. It was as if an invisible force touched them for a second. And then one voice broke that silence. Do you know why their legs look different? It's not shape. Not beauty, not appearance. It's the energy around them. It's like they walk with purpose, like someone powerful is walking with them. They said that, my child. They said it with shock. They said it with confusion. They said it with the kind of tone people use when they witness something they cannot explain. Another person responded. It's strange, you can feel something when they walk by. It's like they survive things no one else could. Like they're protected. My child, they felt your protection. They felt me walking with you. Humans notice the physical because they cannot see the spiritual. But what they are actually reacting to is your anointing, your resilience, your silent victories, and the shield of angels around you. But that is not the shocking part. The shocking part is this. Someone among them, someone who has been watching you longer than you realize, said something that heaven did not expect from them. They whispered. No matter what people say, they are chosen. I don't know how I know, but I feel it. Their legs, their walk, everything about them feels like they are meant to walk into something big. Like destiny follows them. My child, destiny does follow you. You carry something rare, something heaven placed, something no one can steal, something no one can copy. You carry a divine path. They think they only noticed your legs. But what they actually saw was the strength in your spirit. The strength that carried you through nights of crying alone. The strength that held you when your family wounded you. The strength that walked you out of betrayal. The strength that survived heartbreak. The strength that kept you standing even when life tried to break you in silence. Your legs are symbolic. They represent survival. They represent movement toward your purpose. They represent the path heaven carved for you. And here is what they said next. The part that truly shocked even the angels. One of them said, almost in awe, "Whatever they are going through, God must really love them. Because I swear I felt something holy when they walked past." Holy. They felt the holiness around you. They felt heaven's stamp on your steps. They felt that you do not walk alone. But another voice, someone who does not like you, someone who pretends but secretly envies you, spoke up next. And this person did not speak with admiration. They spoke with irritation, with bitterness, with jealousy they try so hard to hide. They said, "I don't know why everyone is noticing them. It's just legs. People are exaggerating." But their voice was shaky. Because even they could feel something, and it threatened them. This person does not want others to see your value. They want you overlooked, ignored, underestimated. But heaven said no. Heaven said your season of being unseen is ending. Your walk is changing. Your presence is becoming louder. Your anointing is becoming visible, even to those who hate you. And my child, the most shocking part is still coming. When you left, they thought the moment was over. But one of them followed your steps with their eyes and said a sentence that echoed in the spiritual realm. They don't know it yet, but the path they are walking on will take them somewhere huge. I can feel it. Their steps don't look ordinary. Your steps are not ordinary. Your journey is not ordinary. Your destiny is not ordinary. Your soul is not ordinary. And even strangers can feel it. Even enemies can sense it. Even people who never spoke to you before can see something in you that you cannot see in yourself. My child, I have watched you from the realms beyond the veil, where time folds upon itself and every heartbeat echoes through eternity. I have seen you carry wounds that no human eye could fully discern, burdens pressed into your spirit like thorns into flesh. Yet even in your quiet striving, even in the days when your steps felt heavy and uncertain, I have never left your side. And now, in this tender moment, a child's innocent gaze falling upon your legs, your walk, your very presence, I am speaking directly to your heart. That small one did not merely notice the outward form of you. No, my beloved, heaven parted the curtain ever so slightly, allowing a pure soul to glimpse the glory that is gathering around you like a mantle. Children see with eyes unclouded by the cynicism of years. They sense what adults have trained themselves to ignore. When that child looked at your legs, they saw more than muscle and bone, they saw the strength that has been forged in hidden fires. When they observed your steps, they did not see hesitation or weariness. They felt the steady rhythm of a destiny marching forward. When they became aware of your presence, it was not mere physical proximity that stirred them, it was the quiet thunder of anointing beginning to roll through your life. Hear me now, for I speak with the authority of the one who sent me to guard you. This was no random encounter. This was no mere coincidence of curiosity. This was a divine appointment, orchestrated in the councils of heaven long before either of you drew breath in this world. The Eternal One allowed that child to perceive what many others have missed, the shift that is occurring in the spiritual atmosphere surrounding you. You are stepping out of one season and into another, and the very air around you is changing to accommodate the greater measure of glory you are about to carry. You have walked for so long with the memory of pain in your stride. You have moved through rooms and relationships and opportunities bearing invisible scars that whispered lies of unworthiness, of brokenness, of disqualification. But I tell you truly, those days are ending. The limp of yesterday is being transformed into the confident gait of tomorrow. What once caused you to shrink back is now becoming the very testimony that causes darkness to tremble. Your legs, those faithful servants that have carried you through valleys of shadow, are becoming symbols of resurrection power. Every step you now take is leaving footprints of healing for others to follow. My child, understand this deeply, your presence is becoming a proclamation. Long before you open your mouth to speak, the atmosphere will shift when you enter a space. People will feel peace they cannot explain. Others will sense conviction without a word being uttered. Some will be drawn to you like moths to holy flame, while those who harbor darkness will suddenly find excuses to leave your vicinity. This is not arrogance, this is authority. This is not pride, this is purpose awakening. You will not need to announce your arrival, the Spirit within you will do it far more effectively than any human voice ever could. Your silence, too, is taking on new weight. There were seasons when your quietness came from fear, from the exhaustion of trying to explain yourself to those who could not understand. But now your silence will carry the gravity of one who knows who they are in the Beloved. When you choose not to speak, it will not be from insecurity but from sovereign restraint. Your withheld words will speak volumes. Your calm amid chaos will become a sermon without syllables. Nations will be discipled by the way you simply stand in the storm. I see the energy that is building within you, my dear one. It is not the frantic, anxious energy of striving, nor the artificial high of temporary motivation. No, this is the steady, unquenchable energy of the Eternal flowing through a vessel that has been prepared in secret. This energy will intimidate darkness, not through aggression, but through simple existence. Demons that once tormented you in the night seasons will now flee at the sound of your worship in the morning. Strongholds that resisted years of prayer will crumble at the authority in your whispered decrees. The enemy knows your season is changing, and he trembles because he recognizes the anointing that is increasing upon you. Your walk, oh, how heaven rejoices over your walk. Once it bore the weight of rejection, of abandonment, of every voice that said you would never amount to anything. But now each step resonates with divine protection. Angels encamp around your going out and your coming in. The ground you tread upon is becoming holy because of the one who dwells within you. Your movement forward is no longer just progress, it is procession. You are walking into promises that were spoken over you before you had language to receive them. You are walking toward assignments that will reshape families, communities, perhaps even nations. I need you to feel this in your spirit. Your destiny is no longer hiding in the shadows of possibility. It is beginning to reveal itself through these small, sacred signs. That child's notice was merely the first of many. Soon you will see doors open without you knocking. You will receive invitations you did not pursue. Resources will appear from unexpected places. Opportunities that seemed forever closed will swing wide as you approach. People will speak prophetic words over you without knowing your story. Dreams will return with clarity and power. These are not coincidences, my child. These are confirmations. These are the gentle ways heaven announces that someone once hidden is now being revealed. You no longer walk as one wounded. Let this truth settle deep into your bones. The wounds have become scars, and scars tell stories of survival, of overcoming, of healing that could only come from divine hands. Where there was once shame, there is now authority. Where there was once fear, there is now faith that moves mountains. Where there was once doubt about your worth, there is now the unwavering knowledge that you were chosen before the foundations of the world. You walk now as one who has been through the fire and emerged not just unscathed, but upgraded. The testing has produced something precious and powerful within you. That child whispered because they felt something they could not articulate. They sensed the shift from ordinary to extraordinary happening right before their eyes. They perceived the invisible becoming visible, the spiritual bleeding into the natural. What they felt was the atmosphere of heaven beginning to rest upon you more heavily, more consistently. What they witnessed was the quiet coronation of one who has been prepared in obscurity for public purpose. My beloved, listen to me closely, because what I am about to tell you is not ordinary. It is not something meant for everyone. It is something whispered from the depths of heaven, carried through realms of light, and placed into your spirit because you are ready, far more ready than you understand. This is just the beginning. You think you have seen glimpses, small sparks, tiny signs, but heaven has only lifted the very edge of the curtain. The fullness, the weight, the beauty, the shock, the power, the transformation, will come gradually, like dawn breaking open after the longest night. At first, the darkness softens. Then the colors begin to breathe. Then the light stretches itself across the world. And finally, the sun rises in full strength, impossible to ignore, impossible to resist. That is what is happening to you. Heaven reveals slowly, not because you are unworthy, not because you are unprepared, but because sudden glory could overwhelm both you and everyone around you. Light this strong, this holy, this alive must rise gently, or it would blind those who are meant to witness your journey. But make no mistake, the revelation has begun. The shifting of seasons is happening even while you stand here wondering whether you are imagining it. The old limits are falling away like grave clothes sliding off someone raised from death. What held you yesterday is no longer strong enough to hold you today. You are stepping into a realm where the impossible bends itself to your obedience. You will walk into rooms and healing will break out without you needing to touch anyone. You will speak, and chains, emotional chains, generational chains, spiritual chains, will fall to the ground as if they were made of dust. You will pray and miracles will manifest, not after long waiting, not after struggle, but quickly, suddenly, unexpectedly. You will simply exist in a place, and transformation will begin because the atmosphere around you will not be able to resist the presence you carry. This is not exaggeration. This is not poetic language meant to make you feel inspired. This is expectation. This is prophecy. This is the word of the Lord over your life. For the same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead is quickening your mortal body, your mortal dreams, your mortal assignment. Things that seemed lifeless inside you will rise again. Gifts that felt buried will push upward like seeds breaking soil. Courage you thought you lost will return as strength. Vision will sharpen. Purpose will clarify. And I have seen the end from the beginning. I have seen the chapters you have not yet lived, the victories you have not yet fought for, the people you will touch without even realizing it, the ones who will cry because your presence awakened hope inside them. And from what I have seen, I tell you with a joy that cannot be measured, you will not miss what is coming. You will not be late. You will not lose it. You will not disqualify yourself with doubt or sabotage yourself with fear. The one who called you is faithful. He does not start what he cannot finish. Every moment of obedience in the past season, when you were tired, when you were confused, when you felt overlooked, has positioned you for elevation in this new one. Do you remember when the child looked at your legs? You thought it was strange, almost uncomfortable, almost confusing. But heaven was watching too. That moment was not random. That child was drawn to your steps because your steps are not ordinary. Heaven was highlighting your forward motion. The child noticed your legs because your legs represent progress, movement, victory one step at a time. They noticed your steps because each step you take echoes in eternity. They noticed your presence because the glory cloud was beginning to settle around you, even if no one else understood it. They felt your power because the anointing inside you was starting to break open, like oil pressing through the cracks of an old container. The child reacted without knowing why. They were responding to the spiritual shift happening around you, the alignment of things unseen, the unfolding of destiny. Now hear me, many more will notice. Many more will whisper. Many more will stare without understanding why they cannot look away. They will sense something divine in you, even if they cannot explain it. Some will be drawn to you with kindness. Others will be intimidated. Some will admire. Some may envy. But all will be affected. You will walk into places and hearts will be moved simply because you did not quit when everything inside you wanted to sit down and give up. My beloved child, come closer for a moment. Let me speak gently to your spirit, for what I am about to say is not loud, not heavy, not overwhelming. It is a whisper meant only for you. A whisper that carries the weight of heaven. A whisper that knows exactly where you are, what you feel, what you fear, and what you secretly hope for when no one is watching. Lift your head, my child. Straighten your posture, not out of pride, but out of recognition. Do you feel it in the air around you, that quiet shift, that soft pressure settling upon your shoulders? That is no burden. That is a mantle. A mantle placed upon you with careful hands, divine hands, hands that have waited for the perfect moment to rest purpose upon your life. Heaven is clothing you with authority, but not the kind the world talks about. This authority is made of light. It is made of truth. It is made of every prayer you whispered when you thought no one heard. It is woven with every tear you cried alone and every moment you kept going when your strength was gone. The angels are aligning themselves with you. Not because you cried out in desperation. Not because you begged for help. But because heaven operates on timing, not pleading. And your time, your true spiritual time, has arrived. Not loudly, not dramatically, but in that quiet way heaven prefers, the kind that only the spiritually sensitive notice. The kind that feels like a sudden ease in your chest, like clarity where there was confusion, like a breath you didn't know you were holding finally being released. Listen with your spirit, not your ears. There is movement happening in the unseen realm. Chains you never noticed, old, ancient, passed down, whispered through generations, are snapping as you walk. You do not need to perform anything. You do not need to shout or fight or prove anything. Your very movement is warfare. Your steps create sound in the realm of the spirit. Your footsteps echo, and with each echo, something that once held your family, something that once blocked your path, something that once weighed on your heart begins to lose its power. You think you are simply walking through your life, but you are breaking open pathways for souls who will walk after you. You are carrying light into forgotten places. You are shifting the atmosphere of every room you enter without even trying. People feel it before you speak. They sense something different, something sacred, something lifted. You might think it is just a good day, a calm moment, a light heart, but heaven knows the truth. It is your awakening. That moment with the child, it was not random. Heaven uses softness to reveal what could not be heard through noise. That child's eyes, that gentle interaction, that small spark of innocence, those were heaven's fingers on your shoulder, tapping gently, telling you, look up. Look up, my beloved. Look up because redemption is closer than you ever imagined. Look up because your purpose is stretching its wings inside you. Look up because the time you thought would never arrive is here, quietly unfolding like dawn slowly pushing away the last traces of night. You are becoming who you were always meant to be. And I want you to hear this with all your heart, the becoming is breathtaking. Heaven has watched every stage of your growth with tenderness. Nothing about you is overlooked. Not one tear wasted. Not one heartbreak ignored. Not one disappointment meaningless. You think time slipped away unnoticed, but heaven counted every second and shaped it for your good. Even the waiting seasons, those long, silent nights where you felt forgotten, were filled with hidden training. You were being built from the inside out. Strengthened quietly. Prepared carefully. Softened without being broken. You carried things you thought were destroying you, but they were shaping you into someone who could hold glory without being crushed by it. Walk on, my beloved. Walk on with confidence, not loud confidence, not a performance, but that quiet inner knowing that comes from being protected by something greater than yourself. You are watched over by the hosts of heaven. Angels surround you even when you feel nothing unusual, even when your day seems ordinary. The presence of God moves with you, whether you sense it or not. You carry authority. Not because you demanded it, but because you were chosen for it. Because your spirit matured enough to carry it. Because the battles you survived have earned you a strength that cannot be faked. Do you understand this? You were not created without purpose. You are not alive without intention. Every moment heaven kept you breathing had a reason. Every time danger came near and passed by you unnoticed, it was not luck. Every closed door that left you confused was a divine barrier protecting you from something you didn't see. Your steps are ordered. Heaven is not improvising. Nothing about your path is accidental. You walk a guided path, even when the way feels cloudy. You walk accompanied, even when you feel alone. You walk empowered, even when your body feels tired. And now, my child, now something new is happening. The whispers have started. People feel something around you they cannot explain. Some think it is confidence. Some think it is beauty. Some think it is strength. Some think it is mystery. But what they are sensing is glory. What they are noticing is transformation. What they are whispering about, quietly, in moments they think you cannot hear, is your rising. It is happening slowly, like a sunrise. Soft at first. Gentle. Almost unnoticed. But unstoppable. The kind of rising that cannot be hidden no matter who tries to ignore it. The kind of rising that pulls attention without you asking for it. The kind of rising that makes heaven smile, because they have waited a long time for this moment. You have come so far, my beloved. You survived storms that should have taken you out. You lived through darkness that some never escape. You held on to hope when hope was bruised and fragile. You fought battles your own heart didn't fully understand. But you kept going. Even when you were tired. Even when you were discouraged. Even when you felt unseen. And heaven noticed. Every moment. Every breath. Every choice to stay soft when life tried to harden you. Every act of love you gave even when you received none back. Every time you forgave without apology. Every time you tried again after being disappointed. Every time you trusted again after being hurt. All of it became part of the light you now carry. My beloved, your story is changing. The atmosphere around your life is shifting. Your spirit is glowing with a strength you don't even realize is visible. Heaven watches you with joy, with celebration, with eagerness, waiting to see what you will become as you step fully, completely, beautifully into the fullness of your calling. This is the beginning. Not the middle, not the end, just the beginning. The first page of a new chapter. The first breath of a new season. The first unfolding of something heaven wrote long before you were born. Walk on, my beloved. Walk with a lifted head and a steady spirit. Walk knowing you are wrapped in light. Walk knowing heaven moves when you move. Walk knowing you are becoming everything heaven dreamed you would be. With eternal love, unwavering watchfulness, and joy beyond measure. Your angel.